All right, now let's get into the real lesson. We're gonna compose different functions together in many different ways. We're gonna do it by table, so that's numerically with the numbers. We're gonna do it graphically using graphs. Oh, on the back page. We're also gonna use it using the equation of the function analytically with the numbers or with the variable x. Okay, so those are 4 things. I know you're probably tired of me saying this, but folks, we did this last year already. So yay, we already know this. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, so first we're going to compose functions together using the table. Let me explain you what this table is. This table is showing you all the x values on, sorry, I don't know why it's keep flicking. X values on the top, and all the y values are underneath this. So for example, if I want to find, I don't know, g of 2, what is g of 2? So that's find the y value when x is 2, right? So when I look at this table, when x is 2, the g of 2 will be 5. That's how you use this table. Does that make sense? So it's showing you 3 different functions all in one table for those x values. Cool? All right, so let's go. Letter A. This is super easy, right? So can you find h of 0? Can you find g of -3? And then we're going to plug it in. H of 0, when x value is 0, what's the y value of the function h? 2. So this value is 2 right here. G of -3, when x value is -3, what's the function g? -2. So you just have to plug it in. That's all you're doing over here. So what's -3 times 2 times -2? 12. All right. Can you do the same thing? Can you find what g of -1 is, f of -2 is, and plug it in and simplify your answers? Absolutely. G of -1 is 7, so 2 times 7. Don't forget about that 2 in the front. F of -2 is 3, so 14 over 3. Skip that problem. Got it? All right. Now look at letter D. You're like, what is happening there? What is that little circle over there? Right? I think we've seen that before. We just don't remember what it is. So let's review it. I'm just going to use different function name. Let's say I have f circle g of x. All right. That circle is you're composing functions together. You're composing the function f and g together. How are you composing it? Folks, this is the same as f of g of x. You're like, what? What is just happening? All right, so this means you're going to take the function g, and that's going to become the input of f. That's going to go in where the x is for f. All right, so g of x becomes the input of the function f. Does it make sense? Okay, so when you have a circle, you always start from the right to the left, because these are the same notation. If you have the inside of the inside, you always start from the inside and out. That's the order that we're going to do. Okay? All right, so let's apply it. H of f of 2, that's how you read it. H of f of 2 is same as what? H of, you start from the inside, f of 2. Like that. They're the same thing. Are you good so far? All right, so where do I start with this? You're going to start with the inside, f of 2. How do I find f of 2? Well, look at the table. When x value is 2, what's the y value for the function f? 3. So the circle part of that orange is 3. Now what are we doing? Go to outer side. Now we're going to do h of 3. How do you find h of 3? When x value is 3, y value is going to be -1. So this whole thing becomes -1. So start from the inside and out is the key of the composition function. What about this? Isn't it same as this? Yeah. So you start from the inside, f of 2. Well, we already did it, 3. H of 3, -1. What about this? Start from the inside, f of -3. What is f of -3? 0. So the yellow part becomes 0. What is g of 0? X value 0, y value is -2. Are you all getting it? I hope you are. Okay, if I were you, just pause the video now. I'm going to go over the g and h and I, but I want you to try first and come back. Okay, so once again, h of g of negative 2, start from the inside, g of negative 2. G of negative 2, when x is negative 2, y value is 1. Now we do h of 1. When x value is 1, y value for h is negative 3. Voila! Ooh, look at letter h. We have 3 things going on. Do y'all see it? Don't be scared. We keep it the same. Start from the farthest in. F of 2. Okay, what is f of 2? F of 2 is 3. Oops, sorry. F of 2 is 3. So the yellow part is 3. Now what? Now are we using h or g? Nope, we go to the next outer one, which is g of 3 this time. What is g of 3? Negative 3. So this part is negative 3. Now what's next outer? H of negative 3. H of negative 3 is half. So keep it from the inside, just go one outer at a time. Got it? All right, look at this one. This is kind of similar to what we did, I think it was 2.1. You have like so many different functions, you have to like find which one you're using, right? Okay, so k of x equal to f of g of h of negative 1. Well, where's k of x? K of x is this, 2x plus 10. So I think I'm going to plug that in. Equal to, how would I find what the right side of the equal sign is? You have to use all this table, shouldn't it? So you start from the inside, h of negative 1. It's h of negative 1. 1. Now, what is g of 1? Next outer, g of 1, 0. Now, what is f of 0? Negative 4. So the whole right side is negative 4. Are you with me? Okay, so I have to find the x value, subtract 10. Divided by 2, x is equal to negative 7. Cool, cool. Okay, now we're going to do using the graphs. All right, what are we given? We have f of x here, we have g of x here. How would I do this? Same thing, right? You can find f of 2, you can find g of negative 3. F is the left one, so when x value is 2, y value is 2. So this is 2. G of negative 3, when x is negative 3, y value is negative 2. You just plug it in. So negative 3 times 2 minus 2 is negative 8. Think you can do that? I think you can do that. All right, now let's compose it. G of f of negative 1. I want you to be familiar with how to read this thing too. Okay, start from the inside, f of negative 1. So the function f when x is negative 1, right here. What's the y value? Negative 3, so this is negative 3. Now we do g of negative 3. Which one should we use? This one? No. G is on the right side. So when x is negative 3, y value is negative 2. Oops. That's how you do it. Yeah. All right, keep going. Start from the inside, f of negative 3. F is on the left. X is negative 3. Y value is 1. 1. Next outer, g of 1. X is 1. Y value is negative 1. Next, g of negative 1. X is negative 1. Y is 3. Okay. All right. Just like this one, a little interesting one. P of x is equal to f of g of negative 2. We got to find this using the graphs over there. Start from the inside, g this time. So you're using the g. Negative 2 is 0. What is f of 0? Negative 2. So this is what I got. Okay, so when you get this part, some of you are like trying to solve the epsilon value. I hope you did we do this last time, right? Yeah. You want to set the epsilon value by itself by dividing by 3. Yeah. But some of you also realize, ooh, that can't be right. How many of you see it? I hope you see it. Why? Because if I were to divide by 3, everyone, I get epsilon value of x minus 2 is equal to negative 2/3. Can you have epsilon value of something being negative? Oh, no. So what does that mean? No solution. So sometimes we like go without thinking because we're like a robot. We know all the steps. But like this is a good example of like you can't do that because you sometimes have to stop and think like we can't do that. Tricky, huh? All right, I'm gonna stop it and start the next video for the next section.